Imagine you're on a long road trip in your electric vehicle. You've already clocked close to 1,000 miles and you're only now pulling into a charging station. You plug in, grab a quick coffee, and by the time you've taken your last sip, bam, your EV is fully charged and ready to go. That's not science fiction anymore. That's the promise of solid-state battery technology. Elon Musk once said EV battery tech will never stop evolving. He wasn't wrong. While Tesla's 4680 battery has been making waves in the industry, even Musk admits it's not the final form. There's something even better on the horizon, something that could redefine how we see electric cars. That something is the solid-state battery, and it's creating shockwaves in the auto world. Even the big dogs like Toyota are all in, claiming they might just be the first to crack it wide open. But what's all the fuss about? And why is Toyota suddenly looking like the comeback kid in the EV game? First, let's break down what makes solid-state batteries so special. You might have heard the term tossed around before, especially if you've been keeping tabs on EV news, but let's be real, not everyone actually knows what it means. So let's keep it simple. In traditional lithium-ion batteries, the kind you'll find in most EVs today, the part that lets the electric charge move around is a liquid or gel. Think of it like jelly in the middle of a sandwich. That's called the electrolyte. It does its job, but it's not perfect. Now, picture replacing that jelly with a solid layer, solid meat, if you will. That's what a solid-state battery does. It swaps out the messy, flammable goo for a stable, solid substance. And that small change? It makes a massive difference. For one, it slashes fire risk. Those liquid electrolytes in current batteries are flammable, which is why you sometimes hear horror stories about EVs catching fire. With solid-state batteries, that danger drops dramatically. Less risk of fire means safer vehicles, and peace of mind for drivers. But the real magic is in the performance. Solid-state batteries can pack in way more energy without adding bulk. This is what battery nerds call energy density. More energy in a smaller space means EVs can drive longer without needing a recharge. To put it in perspective, Tesla's 4680 battery has an energy density of about 272 watt-hours per kilogram. Pretty solid, right? But Toyota's upcoming solid-state battery? They're aiming for around 600 watt-hours per kilogram. That's more than double. That means lighter cars, longer ranges, and fewer stops to plug in. In other words, a lighter battery that lasts longer and charges faster. But wait, it gets better. Toyota isn't new to this game. They've been quietly working on solid-state battery tech since way back in 2010. That's right. While everyone else was still trying to figure out how to make hybrids more efficient, Toyota was already dreaming up EVs that could go the distance. They were among the first to showcase a prototype that could travel over 620 miles on a single charge. Fast forward to now, and Toyota says they've refined their tech to the point where they can push 1,000 miles, almost 3 times what most EVs can manage today. That's enough to make even die-hard Tesla fans raise an eyebrow. And here's the kicker. Toyota says their solid-state battery can go from 0 to 100% charge in just 10 minutes. Think about that. That's less time than it takes to grab a burger and fries. In comparison, Tesla's 4680 batteries still take around 35 to 40 minutes to get from 10% to 80%. It's not bad, but it's not 10 minutes either. Imagine the impact that kind of charging time would have on daily life. No more hanging around at charging stations or planning your road trip around charging breaks. You plug in, grab a drink, check your phone, and you're back on the road. It's convenience on a whole new level. So, why isn't every car on the road using solid-state batteries already? Well, for starters, they're expensive and tricky to manufacture. The materials are delicate, the production process is complex, and scaling it for mass use is no small feat. The promise is real, but making it practical is a major challenge. But Toyota isn't backing down. They've filed over 8,000 patents related to battery technology and are throwing nearly $19 billion at the problem. That's not hype. That's commitment. And it's not just about building a better battery, it's about dominating the future of mobility. Let's talk real-world impact. With this kind of battery, not only would you drive longer on a single charge, but you'd also recharge in a fraction of the time. That makes EVs more appealing to everyday drivers who don't want to sit around at charging stations. Plus, because solid-state batteries are more compact, they leave more room in the car for, you guessed it, people and stuff. More space, more comfort, better performance. Oh, and there's another benefit, longer battery life. Studies suggest that solid-state batteries can go through way more charging cycles than traditional ones without breaking a sweat. That means fewer battery replacements, less waste, and ultimately, lower costs for car owners. It's a win-win for consumers and the environment. Solid electrolytes, whether made from oxides, sulfides, or polymers, also handle heat better. That's a big win, especially since fast charging tends to heat things up. Unlike liquid-based batteries that start degrading when the temperature rises, solid-state tech actually thrives in warmer conditions. That means better performance in summer heat or high-load driving situations. No more worrying about overheating or power loss during a long drive. So what does all this mean for Tesla? Is Elon Musk falling behind? Not necessarily. Musk has always been a step ahead when it comes to battery innovation. Tesla continues to push boundaries with their 4,680 cells, 48-volt architecture, and ongoing research into next-gen materials. But there's no denying that Toyota has taken a bold leap. They're not just playing catch-up anymore, they're swinging for the fences. They're positioning themselves not just to compete, but to lead. Of course, it's easy to make promises. The real test will be seeing how these solid-state batteries perform once they're in actual cars, cruising down real roads in real weather. So far, most of the numbers are based on lab results and controlled tests. The challenge now is putting theory into practice. Mass production, real-world reliability, consumer trust. Still, the potential is too big to ignore. If Toyota delivers, they won't just disrupt the EV industry, they'll redefine it. And if they can make it affordable for the masses, game over. That's how revolutions happen. In the end, the race for battery supremacy is far from over. But one thing's clear, solid-state batteries aren't just a dream. They're a turning point. And if Toyota delivers on their bold claims, the entire electric vehicle landscape could be rewritten in a flash. So, keep your eyes on the road and your charger ready. The next generation of EVs is coming in hot.